lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Hello and welcome everyone to BSL17 Group C. I'm Machine, joined with once again Nyoken. What's up, man? Group C. How you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling good, Machine. I like the group. We got the return of eOnzErG. We haven't seen him in so many seasons. Also the return of WolFix. You were telling me been like 10 seasons since we've seen him. Crazy long time. And then we've got QiaoGege. Powerhouse, actually. Unknowingly a powerhouse. If you guys did not check out the BSL channel about 2 months ago, this guy beat Snow twice on the same day. His PvP must be crazy. And then we've got one of the best South Americans with Tech.
Yeah, man, what a lineup. You know, as you said, eOnzErG finally back at it. Fellow Zerg, I'm always cheering for my Zerg players, you know, brothers and sisters out there. So I sure hope, you know, he's one of the ones who squeaks it out of this group, but it's going to be tough, man. As you stated, QiaoGege, anyway, if you're taking games off of Snow, you're a big threat to anything, let alone, you know, BSL here, Group C. Czech, really underrated South American Protoss, someone I have the unfortune of hitting many times throughout different clan wars tournaments. He is a underground beast, man, and he is going to be a big problem here. But WolFix, as we said, you know, he's been around in the past. He's competed here in previous BSLs, and he's kind of got a unique style. I want to kind of say he's from what I recall, he plays a little more similar to like QiaoGege. We should be expecting some big turtle mech in that match. But as you know, Nyoken stated here, our first matchup going to be the eOnzErG versus QiaoGege. Two incredible players here. eOnzErG, previous champion. QiaoGege, as you mentioned, recently taking games off of Snow. This is going to be an exciting first match.
This should be a really good matchup. As you can see, eOnzErG, massive threat in BSL, champion in Season 5, second in Season 7, then round of 8 in the next couple seasons. But then, as I mentioned, he hasn't really been in BSL for a while, whereas the Chinese players, you know, they're consistently playing these days. QiaoGege actually hadn't played in a couple seasons, I guess, but I feel like I've seen him more recent than BSL 13, but I guess I'm wrong here. But Qiao, he's surprisingly good along with all the other Chinese players. I think this is actually going to be a close series.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, I think it could really go either way. eOnzErG, kind of known for his ZVP, and I think he's a big problem at any level for a lot of these foreign Protoss here. First map going to be Neo Dark Origin. Everybody's playing this on the ladder at the moment, so you know both these guys are going to be very familiar jumping into this game here. But yeah, this is going to be an exciting one.
Dark Origin, I'm ready to see it, Machine. Let's get into game one. eOnzErG versus Qiao. Okay, in the top left, our blue Protoss, it is QiaoGege.
And in the bottom right, as the red Zerg, we have eOnzErG.
Well, Machine, I've been seeing a decent amount of cannon Russians these days in PvZ. You think we could see something like a cannon rush, potentially?
I think it's possible, right? There's a bunch of funky positions on this map. You can kind of lock cannons away, either, you know, behind the third inside the main. Sometimes I've seen that. The Protoss players getting really tricky. Cannon rushing the natural is always a threat. I don't know, though, man. I feel like QiaoGege feels like he's the better player, and it would be a little bizarre for him to take such an early risk, you know, early on in a set against a eOnzErG here. So I kind of don't think he's going to, and we're not seeing the probe move across the map. So obviously, I guess that's not the case, but maybe for a future game.
Yep, gateway expand
Ace
for
230982
QiaoGege. Meanwhile,
Summer Gosu
this
for
seems
5
like it's going to be.
months. Go
I was
BSL.
going to say, it seems like it's going to be 12 hash, but that seems risky on a 2-player map.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I think the Overlord caught in the center, caught the outline of the probe, and he adjusted, which is very good for eOnzErG. So not ideal, right? This is going to be an 11 pool, but you can play out of it just fine. He'd rather not take the risk against someone like QiaoGege, who will recognize that drone at the natural, will block that hatchery 100% of the time, and he would just be taking an advantage. But wow, good movement here from eOnzErG, staying behind that probe, getting quite a few shots off. This is great because it won't force eOnzErG to pull another drone in order to secure this natural. He can do it just mano-a-mano, one-on-one here. But actually, probe dropping down that pylon, and eOnzErG instantly moving to take the third.
Yeah, that's an annoying block. eOnzErG was floating 450 minerals for that, and he's going to have to go over here and put down his hatchery. Not the biggest of loss, but he's going to lose 1 or 2 larvae because of that. Meanwhile, Zealot moving across the map. Right now, it's going to be intercepted by that Overlord, though, so he'll know exactly where it is.
Yeah, I mean, with 6 lings here, he's got more than enough to clear out the natural. Yep, even QiaoGege recognizes it, instantly pulls that Zealot back, and he's just going to go into a quick Nexus here.
Yep, Nexus follow-up off of what seems to be probably 3 Zealots. I think that's pretty much the standard from what I see in ZVP. Meanwhile, this probe is trying to get away with its life, but I think eOnzErG's going to kill that pretty soon. However, it has been pushed outside of the main, so it doesn't see that gas is already coming down.
No natural from eOnzErG. I think this was a little bit of a blunder. I think the drone was maybe slightly late, but not a big deal. Gas in the main already for eOnzErG, so he's going to start moving towards likely. I think when you have this many lings and your gas is already a little delayed, it seems like he would go into Hydra, but we'll have to wait and see here. There's a lot of lings.
That is a lot of lings, and that's no drones. That's we're approaching like 815 levels of drone status right here. We have literally no econ. This is almost Zerg versus Zerg levels of econ.
Yeah, this is quite low. You really don't see this very often, but it might catch QiaoGege out of position here. There are no cannons. One thing I've always said about eOnzErG, best Zergling control in the foreign scene. It is insane the trading he usually gets with these. As I say that, loses 1 ling, but not a big deal. He's going to be putting a lot of pressure on here. We should expect some kind of a reaction from QiaoGege. And we do. Cannon halfway down.
Yeah, eOnzErG trying to ramp up his econ a little bit to support this 3-hatch Hydra that we see coming in. He's going to have really fast upgrades, but I don't see how he's going to be able to support 3-hatch Hydra for at least 2 minutes or so. He really needs to boost that drone count a little higher than 13, I would say, unless he's just going for a pure all-in.
I think it would have to be a pure all-in at this point. I mean, the one thing you don't expect if you're QiaoGege here is Hydra's that quickly. He has completely stifled any scouting, which is not easy to do. With these lings, so they paid for something. Oh, wow. Zealots moving out from the natural here.
Yep, 5 Zealots, and this is going to be annoying to deal with. eOnzErG does not want to build these Hydralists just yet, and they're going to spot Hydras being built, I'm sure.
Yeah, creep colony at the third. He's gonna need Hydras to hold this. Oh, he's making Lings. He does not want to show that he's going Hydra.
It's a smart move, but that just delays his timing attack, and then Protoss is meanwhile going to have a little bit of breathing time to get their Citadel with speed up and running. A good drone pick off right there. The Zealots, are they going to just walk away? No, they're going to have to be forced to fight on this ramp here. Good angle from both sides. It's just a little bit too many Lings, so Protoss is going to lose all their Zealots.
Now he's just trying to scout. He recognizes these Zealots are no longer for this world. Oh, actually, he wants more drones. And he gets one, too.
He got 2! How did he get 2 there?
He's just that good, man. Insane. eOnzErG is getting the Hydra range. And, you know, as I said, I don't know. I don't know how you just can kind of play this one out, especially after losing so many drones, the delayed eco from the start. I was really expecting a Hydra timing, and I don't think that's going to be the case anymore.
Well, I see Hydras being built now. I think he lost so many drones that actually he's probably just going to try and all in this. Try and hit with both of the upgrades, because he already has speed on his Hydras. This is surprisingly quick. There's also no Corsair.
Yeah.
So Protoss has no idea that this is coming. However, like I said,
wow.
Citadel is going to have that upgrade coming pretty soon. It's already halfway done. We've got 3 cannons coming up for Qiao, so he may have enough to hold this.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, if all he makes is 3 and he doesn't scout, eOnzErG absolutely can kill off 3 cannons with range speed Hydras and the amount of Lings he has. So here we go. Pressure in. We should see a reaction here from Qiao. Going in, targeting down the first cannon. That's going to fall instantly. Backs up. He's already done a good amount of damage just kind of to these remaining Zealots. Ooh, cannon not quite able to be taken down here, but he has created enough space to poke at that forge and the cannons behind it. So you'll recognize not a lot of red streaming across the map anymore. eOnzErG, he's not all in with this. He is transitioning out.
Yeah, I think Qiao's already done it, actually. Speed is, like, basically done. Okay, well, you can't lose all your SCVs before speed is done. Now it kicks in, and he's going to try and engage here. It's only 5 Zealots, but there's only 8 Hydralists. It's going to be micro battle on both sides. More Hydras coming across the map. There's only 3 hatch production, so there's not a lot coming across right now. eOnzErG really low on worker count still, 21 to 40. Oh, yeah, and +1 complete,
Sure.
so 21 drones to 48. I think all Qiao needs to do now that he's denied this attack, is just ramp up that gateway count.
Yeah, build that Templar Archive, start stockpiling some Storm. He's already got it, yeah. Remaking the Forge in the main. This is looking like Qiao's game.
Yeah, it's only 4 hatch production. There's no 5th hatch, there's no 6th hatch, there's no lair. There's no follow-up to this. eOnzErG's got to win with just his Hydralist, but you're not getting through 6 cannons and 4 gateways with speed already. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. So I don't know what eOnzErG is going to do to try and come back. Is he just going to sit here in an arc and just slowly build it up over time and hope Protoss runs into him?
Maybe. He could, I mean, he could try to do that. If, you know, maybe QiaoGege makes a mistake and moves out without Storm. Or if the Hydra control is godlike, you know, and he's able to pick off the first few Storms, there might be, you know, the ability to move back into this one.
Have another pylon coming down to make sure that those cannons don't get unpowered. Actually, there's multiple. And there's the gateways that I was expecting to see. There's 7 already done for QiaoGege. eOnzErG, he's floating a lot of money now. He got supply blocked at 52, 52 out of 52.
He's killing his own cannons.
Yeah, but he eats a storm as he does that,
that
and I just don't see how you get out or break through this Protoss army. That's another massive storm.
Massive storm.
Half of the Hydras are already gone, and now we just got Zealots versus Hydras. Actually, the Hydras win that battle for now.
I mean, the eco is just in QiaoGege's favor. You know, every second this game goes on, despite some great control here from eOnzErG, he's just in a losing situation.
Yeah. Qiao, I don't know how he's read this well either. Like, eOnzErG, I feel like could have like Lair and Lurkers or Mutas or something coming. Qiao just doesn't even care. There's no Corsair. Yes, he morphed
Yeah.
an Archon, but I think he just morphed the Archon just because he, those Templars were going to die anyways.
I'm actually really surprised as well for the same reason. Because if there's one thing eOnzErG did great this game, it was denying vision. Those early Zerglings, the Hydras have really prevented a lot of this from being scouted. So, I mean, QiaoGege should have been questioning a little bit what was going on, but he seems to have read it very well.
Well, if this was a closer game in terms of econ, this game could be getting weird because Chao is losing a lot of Zealots, but it still doesn't matter because he's still up 60 supply. But I was thinking, if this was closer, like 110 to 70 or something, there is a real chance that maybe eOnzErG could have overrun, but at this point, being down almost triple the supply, you're not holding this.
Yeah, there's no way. And even if he did, QiaoGege would have another army in a few minutes. There's a lot of Hydra.
That is a lot of Hydra, but that's a lot of Zealots, and there it is. GG comes